Welcome to DestinationDionna. I'm Deanna, love guide to all and kept wife strategist to the women I'm called to serve. Please consider my channel your self-help learning library for love. Join me every Monday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time for our weekly coaching gem, where I give guidance to elevate your love experience. And on Wednesdays at 1 p.m., tune in for Sounds About Wife, where I give my unique wife perspective and prepare professional women like you to become kept wives. So hit that subscribe button and let's start this love journey together. See you soon, my loves. Hey everyone, I'm so excited for this lesson. So if you are new here, I'm Deanna, the Kept Wife Strategist, and I take women from living a life limited to just boardroom wins, business growth, and personal success to also having partnership, wedding rings, and being well kept, no matter how much they earn on their own. Okay. So around here, we focus on being fit, feminine, and financed. And as a result of that focus, we welcome captivity. So today, let's talk about something that is keeping far too many high achieving women single, stuck, and spiritually stagnant. What am I talking about? Venting about men. Listen, I know they give us a lot to vent about, right? I put up a post today on my Facebook where I asked, hey, like, what's the most difficult thing? What's the most frustrating thing that you're experiencing in dating right now? And listen, I had to remove myself. I'm like, wait a minute, I got to go live. I got to talk about this. I can't get, pulled into all these things. So after the live, I'm actually going to go back and have some interactions with some of the ladies that are commenting on that post. So if you don't follow me already on Facebook, go on over there to DestinationDionna on all the social media platforms. But listen, today's lesson is all about your language, right? And you may not know it, but your language is actually keeping you in the very cycle that you are trying to escape. So today, my treasure, my gift to you, what I'm going to share can be kind of summed up in this one line. You can't attract what you constantly attack. And to anchor us in scripture, so this comes from somewhere, right? Foundational teaching. Proverbs 18:21 tells us death and life are in the power of the tongue. So this means that your love life is literally just responding to your language, right? So every time you say something like men are trash, there are no good men left, the dating pool has pee in it, all of this commoner rhetoric that I'm seeing, you may think you're just venting, but actually you're vowing, right? You're basically telling God, telling heaven, telling the universe, whatever it is you need to call it, don't send me what I say I want, because I don't even believe it exists. All I'm talking about is what I don't want. All I'm talking about is what isn't good out there, right? But as a Kepti, you don't use your words to describe the problem. Instead, you use your words to declare the promise, right? And what is the promise? The promise is what you desire to experience in dating, in a partner, in marriage, all of the above, right? We want to use our words to declare those things. So, I mean, think of it this way. You can't prepare for provision if you're constantly just prophesying lack, right? You cannot have the things that you desire if all you talk about is what you don't, right? That's the simple way to put this, right? So you can't build a life full of blessings if what you're building with is actually bitter bricks. Think of it that way. And as not as luck would have it, but as fate would have it, one of my Kepties came to me recently, like very frustrated. She had been like attracting the same types of like emotionally unavailable men, right? They would look good on paper. They would be financially sound. They would want to take her out. They want to do all the things, but they didn't meet the mark because they weren't emotionally available. They didn't have high emotional intelligence, right? They weren't in it for the long haul, right? And I mean, she was so frustrated. She's like, Deanna, I'm just over it, right? I'm over it. Every man I meet disappoints me. Oh, my little Kepti senses was going off. Like, wait a minute. I'm like, no, my love, every word that you speak is actually disciplining your dating life. You have to treat it that way. You have to see it as that important. So what we ended up doing is we kind of cleaned up her confession, right? She was confessing lack. She was confessing a lack of faith, right? She was confessing all of the negative things that she did not want to experience anymore. So she stopped saying things like, oh, I always attract, men who don't lead. And she started saying, I attract men who pursue, protect, and provide. And guess what happened? Within weeks, her energy shifted. She wasn't triggered by the men that didn't meet her expectations, but she was magnetized to the ones who showed up properly, the way she wanted them to, right? Because seriously, when you upgrade your language, you're actually upgrading and elevating your love frequency. And that's what totally transforms your experience. And I mean, that's what happens when you start applying what I teach, not from a place of fantasy, but feminine strategy. So here's what I want you to take away from today, right? Your mouth is your first mirror. So what you say about love, about dating, about relationships, about marriage, that actually reveals what you believe about it. So I'm not saying this for you to get down on yourself about anything negative that you have said, but I'm here to increase your awareness. And I hope in doing so, it'll cause you to act. It'll cause you to make a shift, right? So if you're around people too, and your conversations are filled with like complaints, comparisons, and criticisms, you're not healing. That's not healing you. It's actually just you rehearsing the past and what you don't want over and over again. But because I love you all so much, I know that it is difficult to do this work amongst all the noise, right? If you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, if you're on any type of social media platform, the commoners are the masses, and the masses don't have this level of awareness. The masses don't have the Kept Wife Strategist, right? They're not aware of me yet. So they don't have these keys. You do. And because I know it's so important to have a space where it's safe. And when I say safe, I mean the conversation is elevated. We're speaking positively. We're only talking about the things we want to experience, and you get used to that. So much so to the point that the negative talk feels foreign. It's going to feel weird when you even hear it, right? So I've created a space where you can actually focus on speaking from wholeness and not from wounds, right? I go deeper into these lessons and things when I use my signature frameworks with my Kepties, right? My self framework, my kept worthy blueprint, right? The language changes completely and your love life can evolve. But if you're not one of my Kepties yet, right? You haven't evolved to the point of knowing you need a mentor and knowing that you need to start coaching. I still want to implore you, if this message is resonating with you at all, right? If you know you're ready to stop speaking from frustration and actually start preparing from faith, my new sacred space that I have created, it's just for women like you, right? It's an accessible entry point into my world for women who want to build the right foundation on their love journey, right? Inside, you're going to have access to all of my live masterclasses. I'm no longer doing one-off Zooms that you can sign up for. None of that. I'm doing the deep work in my own safe space created where I know the women are there because they are focused. They want to experience captivity and they are ready to focus on being fit, feminine, and financed, right? Let's take the guesswork out. You're going to have access to all of my master classes and my workshops. And you're going to have access to my prerequisite teachings, the foundational things that will help you eliminate your love limitations, change your language, focus on radical self-love so that you can heal and actually be prepared to receive healthy love and attract better quality men, right? Well, this is your moment, right? The doors are officially opening, officially opening in November. But if you are like me, you like to get in early. You know when something is going to be good and you're like, listen, I want first dibs. So listen, if you're like me, you want to be one of the founding 100 members. The founding 100 members are getting in at the foundation rate, right? The foundational rate, the lowest it will ever be to be in my sacred space. This is a gift. Let me just tell you, this is a gift. You all know I love luxury. You all know my price points ain't for everybody. This access point, this entry level, I've made it so accessible. I'm really trying to remove any of the barriers, right? So if you are interested in that, in the description of this video, you're going to see information about the Kepti Academy. Click the link, join early. You will be able to join at the first founding member rate. Okay, you want to be in the first 100. There's a bunch of bonus things and all of that with it too. But listen, that's my little spiel. That's my invitation to you because I'm not just going to give you the stuff and then tell you to go figure it out on your own. I've created a space where we can figure it out together. You can be amongst other women who need to figure it out too. But listen, in closing this lesson, if you don't take anything else, I want you to take this. Your mouth reveals your mindset. So stop using your words to repeat the pain. Start using them to prepare for the promise. And the promise is what you desire to experience in love and marriage, right? And in case you didn't know, kept wives are first kept women, right? That's women who on their own are fit, feminine, and financed, okay? But these women understand that they need strategy so they can stop the struggle and stop being stuck, okay? And when you want the winning strategy for being a kept wife, you come to the one and only Kept Wife Strategist. So thank you all for taking your time to be here live with me or catching the replay. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what was your aha moment. What did you take away from the lesson? And I will see you all Monday mornings where I do my walk and talk, or next Wednesday for the next episode of Sounds About Wife. All right. Keep it cat.